All right, ladies, today we are going to go through a quick tutorial on how to combine a cat and a train in Photoshop here. And so you can see I have a picture of a cat, a picture of a train here. I've already done the work of selecting the train with the lasso tool here just to save time. But I'm going to take this train and I'm going to put it so that it looks like it's coming out of the train's mouth. Because why wouldn't you want to know how to do that? So I have this cat picture with a lot of detail. I looked for a large picture of a cat so that it's nice and crisp on the screen. And you'll notice here that I just have a background version. The first thing that I want to do is to duplicate that layer so that I have two of the same picture here. I have the background and I have the background copy. So you'll see that they're exactly the same. But just in case I make a mistake and I do something crazy to my cat, I always can delete that layer and I'll have my backup background here just in case. So I'm duplicating the layer. Get in the habit of doing that on all your pictures as you're working in Photoshop. So I got the background duplicated. I don't have to worry about it so much here because I'm just taking the train from this picture. You can see that I use the lasso tool. I'll copy what I want, edit, copy. Now I'll switch back over to the cat picture. And I could, if I wanted to, just paste the train right there on the copy. But I'm going to create a new layer down here so that any change that I make to the train will stay on this layer. So I just have a clear layer here. I'll go up to Edit, Paste, and I'll paste my train. And right now it's really small. It's probably a little too small to see. I could zoom in and look on it, but I know that I want to make it nice and big so that it looks like it's coming out of this cat mouth. I'll go up to Edit, Free Transform, and if I hold the Shift key, I can keep it in the same proportion, and I'll drag it to make it a little bit bigger. It looks a little blurry now. It should render a little bit once I've okayed the changes, and I think that looks pretty good, maybe a little bit bigger. And then when I'm happy with it, I click on the check mark, and boom. So already this looks pretty good, actually, but I want it to look like it's really coming out of this cat mouth, of course, as most of you do. And so I need to do a couple tweaks here to make it look like it's actually going behind the cat's teeth and it's a little more believable. If I wanted to, I could change the opacity a little bit, and that makes our layer here, our train layer, a little more see-through, but I'm actually going to hide this layer for just a second, and I want to focus on the cat face, specifically the places on the face that I want to make sure that cover up my train. So I want to select the cat layer, the background that I have, and I'll head back to the lasso tool, and I'm going to just select the places on the cat face that I want to cover up my train layer. And you can see that I am just slowly drawing a selection around the outside part of the cat's mouth and his teeth, and I can be less concerned with all the extra cheek space because I think the train is going to be hidden behind that part of the face. And so I'll just check, I'll pop on the opacity, make sure that it's fitting in that area, and it looks pretty good. And yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with that. So I'll make sure that that train layer is selected. And now what I want to do is go Layer, and I'll create a layer mask that's going to hide the part of the train behind the selection. And so you can see that the part of the cat's mouth that I selected around the edges is covering up the part of the train that is underneath that part.